children don't need 5 hours of your time. They need a 15, 30, 40 minutes of proper connect. You are a daughter, mother, as long as you are infinite potential, which is you, alive in this body. If that moves out of this body, everybody will treat you as only one thing, body.
If there is a power within me which is driving my inner mechanism, everything is running on autopilot. Why is this perfection not manifesting in the external?
Now there is a telescope that can show you the stars. But if you don't put your eye on it and try to see, the seer has to be there, or else the telescope is useless. In the same fashion, why that infinite potential is not manifesting? It's manifesting. You are not respecting it. If you are cooking in the kitchen, you can't be enjoying sitting on your couch and watching a movie. Our mind will say, I want to do that, I want to do this. And our mind will convince us, if I have that, I will be happy. But people who have that are not happy. You can only be happy if you are proud of yourself. In the family, the attention is not properly distributed. Father, daughter goes to some waterfall. Both, first thing they do is take out their own phone and take selfies. At least 98% don't feel anything weird about it.
Guruji, why is it that, why do bad things happen to good people?
A tree which has a lot of sweet mangoes will have the most stones pelted at it. Because when you wake up, that's your morning. Wake up and now start doing. You're here to mature your mind, to grow wherever you're born. Purpose of life is to actually overcome your own limitations.
Namaskar and welcome to the podcast series Awaken with Sri Siddha Guru Atmananda. Sri Siddha Guru Atmananda is a self-realized master who is the founder of Sri Siddha Sanmarga. This organization is a not-for-profit organization which is dedicated to serving and awakening humanity. Guruji himself has dedicated his life to learning and researching about supramental meditation and neurocognitive enhancement. He is personally involved with his sadhaks and tries to ensure that every sadhak experiences their own inner infinite potential whilst living a happy, healthy, progressive and holistic life. Namaskar Guruji, pranams. Thank you for taking our time for us today. Guruji, today I would like to start our series with Adi Shankaracharya Ji's questions in the context of today's modern world.
Fantastic.
So Guruji, if there is a power within me which is driving my inner mechanism, everything is running on autopilot. Why is this perfection not manifesting in the external?
Before we start answering your question, it is very important we take the name of the master Bhagavan Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada very reverentially. And that being said, first the question itself, based on the great Guru Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada, the question, but the question framing itself, if we have a great divine power within me, fundamentally Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada the Great, he doesn't tell anything on his own. It is the Sanatana Advaita Dharma, the Sanatana Shastra, the Sanatana Dharma that tells. If there is a power within me, that is a very idiotic thing. First, you have a body, good. You have something, if that is there, this body is alive. If that is gone, can you think? No. Can you emote? No. Can you move your fingers? No. Do you exist? No. When you are alive, your family will call you mother, sister, daughter, whatever. If that is gone away, then now that power is you. That which decomposes is not you. And that itself is divine power which is making all this body run. And how do I prove that that power which is you, if it stays, this is alive. If it goes, this is dead. If it stays, this is a mother, sister, daughter, whatever. If that goes, this is a body for everybody. That power is you. And how do I know that that power is very powerful? Simple example, very simple example. See, this body is designed in such a fashion. If you ever had a vomiting kind of a feeling, then suddenly our mouth salivates a lot. Why? Because the acid in the stomach, if it comes into the mouth, it can erode the mucosa of the mouth. So it is coated with extra saliva. Who has designed this body mechanism so intelligently? Oh, this is going to happen, then I immediately have to salivate so that I protect my mouth. That is the level of intelligence, survival intelligence. Are you understanding? Now, to emote, to think, to understand, all these gut feelings people have, all these are coming from where? See, that which is making this body alive. If that is not there, can you have gut feelings? No feelings at all. The entire sampradaya of Sanatana Dharma says one thing. We don't have infinite power. The West corrupted us with saying everybody has infinite potential. The truth is we are infinite potential. And so we are able to move this body, think, emote and feel and work. Now this is already manifesting to the extent this mind is allowing. Now there is a telescope that can show you the stars, but if you don't put your eye on it and try to see, the seer has to be there or else the telescope is useless. It is just a tube with a glass, with a or multiple glasses. Yes?
Yes.
In the same fashion, why that infinite potential is not manifesting? It is manifesting, you are not respecting it. Have you ever wondered, wow, I eat a piece of roti or food and then it gets digested so easily. Wow, no, you don't. You take everything that is manifesting for granted and you are crying something that you fantasize about should manifest the way you want, though you don't subscribe to it. How? Things do not manifest if you don't subscribe to it. I think you understand. So, we do not have infinite potential, we are infinite potential. Because of that infinite potential, this body is able to think, emote, feel and have a power of discernment and have gut feelings, have intuitions, have this, have that, all this. And that power which powers this body is me. Because that leaves, everything is done. If that is there, then only people consider me, then I am that, and that has enormous intelligence to run this body and to run everything. That is already manifesting. Then why question it? It is not manifesting. It is manifesting to the extent this mind is allowing through the mind. Now your question means, why is it not manifesting? Suddenly a non-singer who has wasted his life in not training himself, at the age of 25, suddenly why am I not singing like Muhammad Rafi? Hello, he trained himself from his childhood and he allowed his mind to manifest the infinite potential which already he is. The mind is exercising the infinite potential to manifest in a certain way. Are you understanding?
Yes, Guru.
So it is manifesting 100%. This is what Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada Guru Sarvabhauma insisted upon in simple language. So remember one thing, you are a daughter, mother or friend, whatever you are to people, as long as your infinite potential which is you alive in this body. If that moves out of this body, everybody will treat you as only one thing, body. Your own children will say, okay, cremate the body. You are just a body. You are the infinite potential. This is just a body. You are the infinite potential, which is already manifested, but not allowed by the mind and emotions.
So Guruji, like, is it like the Western philosophy actually tells us, let the mind get out of the way, and you keep saying that we have to align the mind.
The mind cannot go out of the way. Why? Because whatever manifests through the mind only. This Sanatana Dharma, the ancient Advaita Vedanta, insists on this. Mind is remember one thing, they call this body as Mithyatma, the fallacy. The perception fallacy is the mind and the emotions, which they call as Gaunatma. The real one that powers this body and emotions is called Atma. this Atma with this mind and emotions, and this body without the body, the mind and the emotions and the power to prana, all this is called Jivatma. You are fundamentally Pratyagatma, the holder of all this. Now, we move from one life to another, or see, one person is born with, there are children who are prodigies. Okay, example, you will find a million people who in their childhood could have achieved great things. How did they learn so fast? Most children cannot. Some children are born into luxury, some children are born into excellence, intelligence, some children are people, everybody starts their journey at, we are all like, it's an eternal equation of minute atoms moving. Some atoms start at a very comfortable place, some atoms start at a very bad place. Somebody is born in Somalia, somebody is born in Libya, somebody is born in Afghanistan or very very poor countries. Somebody is born with to a billionaire. Why? Fundamentally, if you ask these questions, entire Western philosophy falls. Are you understanding? Okay, somebody is born to a billionaire and still cannot continue to keep up the billions inherited by the father. Somebody is born into rags, started their life mopping the floors, and they have created billions. Now, where is that innate ability to bring out that strength coming from for this person, and why that person, in spite of training, availability and everything, and position, everything, connects, networking, everything available there, could not sustain it? The truth is, everybody has a different equation. Now, in this entire universe of small atoms moving in their own, we all start according to our own prarabdha or our own mind's milestone, because the Atma is not free. You are the infinite power which is functioning through mind and emotions using this body. If that goes off, this body is body, that is you, that is not free without this mind's development. Yes or no? You are not free. That is the reason why in next life you come, in next life you come. Why all this is happening? Until otherwise, why we have to take so many janmas, they say, or so many births, or why in this life, why am I born into these struggles? Why me? Why these kind of things keep happening to me? Why my friends can achieve things so easily and why I am not able to achieve? Some people are born artistic. Now why? Now the world over knows artistic people have their different style of intelligence. They are not devoid of intelligence. They actually have a different kind of intelligence. If used well, then they can do miracles. Yes or no? Now, if you understand why person is born like that, why that, the mind is trying to learn its own self that it is infinite potential, it does not have it. The more mind absorbs this fact, the more the mind is available for everything. Why the mind has to absorb it more? See, I am infinite, but I am a natural singer, I have a flair from my childhood. I don't have example. There is a Mangalam Parli Balamurli Krishna, great guy. He is no more, but a great guy. He started doing concerts by the time he is maybe 10, 12 maximum. By the time he was 14, he was a renowned stalwart in music. And in South India, North Indians don't know Carnatic music, but in Carnatic music, he was considered the pinnacle. How many years of training you think? By the time he is 12, he did concerts. He didn't have any training whatsoever. He just naturally, started singing. He never used to take care of the singers. They take care of their throat. They don't drink cold water. They do the ice creams. They don't eat. This fellow is different. He used to do whatever. He used to say, Saraswati sings using this throat. Why should I bother? And then Saraswati sings. Now the point I am trying to tell you, here is an example. There is this guy called great Mangalampalli Balamurali Krishna. Now naturally he learned music, naturally it came out of him, and he is the stalwart. On a scale of 1 to 10, he is minimum 10 or above it. Okay, that level of perfection. How it came naturally to him? The mind naturally adopted a manifestation. I am infinite potential, Saraswati sings out of this, so it will be there. But he could not adopt the same in his relationships, in his finance, in his other stuff. Now again the mind is working. Example. So we all are in a state of trying to upgrade ourselves from I don't have infinite potential, I am infinite potential. These limitations that are taught to me, the data that is dumped on to me is limiting my own progress. Data that is dumped on to me. People come and tell, you can't do this. See, if you go and ask 100 people, in your childhood, do you remember that one insult that your friend, teacher or aunt or relative, somebody made that stayed truly strong in your life? Yes. So data was dumped. Some aunt, uncle, teacher, friend, somebody came, gave a sharp insult. That remains. And that is the reason why even after you become 25, 30, 45, you can't come out of that insult, because your brain, your mind is punctuated there and said, this you cannot get off. Who accepted it? You. You do a lot of therapy, this, that, and you can get over it. So who is getting over it? Mind. There is no mukti until otherwise mind is matured. So you cannot sideline the mind. You have to nurture the mind. You can't. Western concepts are all 98% of the mischief in this world is because of the Western concepts. The world today is at financial chaos because of the West. The world is at wars, or world wars all happen because of the West. Whatever is happening is because of the West only. All mischief. And anything that has ever great contributions, innovations, if you understand, it came from Sanatana Dharma. If you unbiasedly look at it.
Guruji, you mentioned that this sharp insult, why is it that we hold on to sufferings? Everything is changing.
Because you are taught to hold on to sufferings.
And it goes in so deep, sometimes we don't remember.
Correct.
There are many things, say just like you said, prarabdha is there, and there are things which are deep down, which we don't even know. And then there are some things which we remember, most things we don't remember. And all this is operating our system, what you call as the algorithm. So how do we break out of this?
See, I'll tell you one thing. I'm deviating. I run a students, small children training program into improving their intelligence called Sukshma Drashta. One of the important tagline is, you're born to succeed. One of the thing I keep telling them. 99% kids tell me, you're the first person who said I'm born to succeed. Not even my parents said that. So how do I believe it? Why am I saying this? How do you get over? How do we? First, you are trained strongly into believing that you are the insults that you carry. You are the failures that you carry. You are the problems that you experience are real for you. Nobody really tells you from your childhood, you are born to succeed. You are infinite potential. Now, after a certain age, now you say we remember, we forget. How do we get over it? That's the question. The world didn't train you. It doesn't mean you will stop training yourself or you will not train yourself. Train yourself into believing. That is what our Sanatana Dharma fundamental principles to practice Sanatana Dharma are three. Shrunatavya, Manatavya, Nididhyasana. Keep listening to one thing. What should I keep listening to? You don't have infinite potential. Forget that. Unlearn this. You are infinite potential. Ayam Atma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. Keep listening to this and keep doing manana. Keep telling this to yourself. Manana is repeated telling to yourself, I am the infinite potential. How do I experience it? Trying to experience it as your own self is called nididhyasana when you do manana. So you have to do a lot of manana that you are infinite potential. How do you get over the sufferings? What happened, what you don't remember. But what you don't remember also, sometimes you suddenly remember. Example, there is a person who is 25, 30 who is not able to sing. Then what happens is, do you sing? No. Why? I don't sing. Okay. But then you ask him, probe him, then most people, in my childhood when I was trying to sing, somebody shunned me. And then after that I stopped singing. Something like that happens, that experience, because they forgot. Why? Because you know what? We forget the root cause, but we remember, hold on to the implications. Happens most of the time. This is one example. You can probe things like that for yourself. Now you forget. Now how do you get over this that you have forgotten, or how do you get over this is the question. Then do this continuous manana and do the nididhyasana with the Guru. You experience and you experience the I amness and experience. Generally the best thing is when the child is born, parents should be inculcated. That is the reason why in Sanatana Dharma, now these days they have polarized it with Brahmins and other things, but unfortunately I can tell you a million examples where there was no classification or a difference between any caste system in Sanatana Dharma. Everybody from the time they are born, they are made to believe you are the infinite potential. How do you think India contributed to around 60-70% of world GDP for 400-500 years? Or how do you think we have built with those technologies? Today with the advanced technologies we can't do what they did. Why? Because fundamentally everybody at the age of, by the time they are 8, everybody is made to believe I am the infinite potential. The mind is ready for it. And then from the age of 8, they used to do the Gayatri sadhana and do the nididhyasana. Experience it. By the time they are 16, now everything comes naturally to them. And then perfection follows. What is happening is, from the Western colonizers, by the time you are 8, all you know is A for apple, B for ball, and stupid rhymes that have no meaning. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and they fell and rolling. Okay, so what is the meaning? Okay, no, they said this, we have to do it. After that, by the time you are 8, all you know is 1 plus 2, 5, 6, 7 tables. All you know is something which is absolutely unnecessary, that you can naturally learn. See, 10th class, first mature a mind till your 10th class and around 15-16 years. If you create a strong mind where you are not influenced by what you see, you are independent and you have a natural tendency to never forget anything that you see, read or listen for once. And you have an enormous capacity to, open a book, read it and grasp it, all of it. Understand. And no fears of, I can't learn this, I can't learn that, I don't know this. Develop all 9 forms of, there are more, but 9 forms of intelligence. Numerical intelligence, you develop it. Now people will say, how will you develop without practicing? Practice, I am not saying don't read. Do your schooling, do your intelligence बढ़ाने की कोशिश करो. Learn to work hard to have a great intelligence. And that is the reason why when there is a great intelligence, at the age of 10 they can figure out what's happening, what's not happening, what lies are being told to them, and they can see through things. Now what is happening is, at the age of 6th class, the mathematics or the science or the subjects are so dumped and they continuously learn, forget, learn, forget, learn, forget. By the time they are intermediate, they are oblivious to the world and they can't make their own decisions. And mothers are very happy about it. Oh, my son has fever, then he can't manage himself. My son has this problem, he can't manage himself, so I have to do it. Mothers are happy because, when you create dependency, you feel, everybody has this feeling of, be needed. No, I need you, somebody needs me gives an empowerment feeling. So mothers are happy doing this to their children. All this is happening because of the Western training. And by the time, that enormous stress, 8th class, 9th class, 10th, 12th class children, if you see, if you are a doctor, ENT doctor, you will go to hospital and do only ENT. Never ever you will touch a case of a kidney or a liver. Or a software engineer, you are a Java programmer or you are a Python programmer. You go to office, do Python only, the same thing continuously for 1 month. You are a student and your brain is developing till age 24. You don't develop your brain properly. You don't exercise on developing your brain. Medical science accepts it. Human brain takes 24 years to develop. By the time you are 3 years, just rudimentary full brain is formed. Full brain, whole brain is formed. But from there, each individual part grows at a specific age, and by the time you are 24 only but by the time you are 24, education failure mechanism has beaten a lot into you and made you into a failure receptacle.
Correct.
And parents also, if you get less marks, you are a failure. Now that continuously branding happens. If you do this, if you are good in mathematics, science, social, but you can't good marks in language, parents, usme itna kam kyun aaya? You are a buddhu. Why are you trying to do like this? Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Why am I like this? Why am I like this? I'm like this. I'm failure. You brand yourself. Now for a growing brain, you tell them continuously, you are a failure. How can you open up? So how to do Nididhyasana, Sanatana Dharma way. Now what? Now I've grown up adult. Now what? Still, jab jaga tab savera. When you wake up, that's your morning. Wake up and now start doing. But again, here one more thing comes. Now we want everything instant coffee, instant noodles. Nothing happens instantly. You need to invest for a startup. With Western money and all that, free printing money and all that, yeah, it's possible. But then you know what? For a company to grow, there is a certain time that takes, certain work that takes, certain skills that are needed, certain processes that are to be followed. It takes a certain incubation time. It takes a certain time to grow. It takes a certain time to create the GTM. It takes a certain time to actually manifest the GTM. It takes a certain time to become a market leader. It's a trajectory, it's a path. And every step is well thought through, only then things can be successful. For a startup, if this much is needed, for a human being, much more is needed. We don't invest. So, invest. That's the right answer.
Yeah. But we are investing, we are told where to invest. We are not able to apply and
Colonism.
we don't. Also, like Guruji, jaise, suppose I understand this and you are not a part of our life, then how does the parent even start bringing up their child without all this influence? Where
if
do you
internet
find?
is not there, how could I know the data? You should not ask these questions. Figure out, get the internet. It's available now.
Yes, Guruji.
In today's generation, if I do not have internet, how will I know? No, you get the internet and you know. In the same fashion, work hard in decolonializing yourself. Westerners are also part of their own colonialism. The Western families are also a part of their own colonialism. These previous erstwhile colonies are also part of this colony. We have to always work hard to decolonialize ourselves and be a part of that Sanatana Dharma which insisted on this. Be you. You are here to mature your mind, to grow wherever you are born. See, today you are 10th class, certificate you got. You sleep today, next day morning you are 10th class only. You have to work from there. You can't sleep over it and jump the ship. So, you need to understand, you are where you are. Now try to grow over your limitations. You are born into this life. You are infinite potential. You are born into this life to practice and experience overcoming of your limitations. So, the purpose of life is to actually overcome your own limitations. You should overcome your own limitations or else you will not be proud of yourself.
My next question, Guruji, is that what is the ultimate purpose of life and how do I know that I'm living wisely?
The ultimate purpose of life is to let go of your limitations. The ultimate purpose of life is to understand mentally, emotionally that you are that infinite potential. Experientially, knowing that you are the infinite potential. See, what happens is no matter what you do, you will still be left with desires, they say. Why? Because we don't understand the futility of life. Why ante? Remember one thing, if you are cooking in the kitchen, you can't be enjoying sitting on your couch and watching a movie. But if you are doing that, you can't be cooking. This is a very bad example, but then this is how it is. In the same fashion, our mind will say, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want this, I want that. And our mind will convince us, if I have that, I will be happy. But people who have that are not happy. You can only be happy if you are proud of yourself. The very knowledge that you are gives you an enormous experience of bliss and fulfillment within you. Are you understanding? If you have achieved something, the very knowledge that, wow, this is possible through me, is giving you a great satisfaction. But the world is training you to be devoid of that feeling and continuously tell you, only if you do that, if you do this, if you do 10 things, people will say 11, 12 nahi kiya. You haven't done that. Am I clear with you? And if you do 1, 2, then they say only 1, 2. If you do 100, then why not 101, why not 102? So, the ultimate purpose of life fundamentally is to feel fulfilled within you and say, ये कम पड़ गया, ये नहीं हो पाया, ये नहीं हो रहा है, this is not possible, that didn't happen, this should not have happened, that I want, this different. Mind is continuously seeking different experiences of outward nature. And that is the reason why it inwardly feels so weak, because it's feeling exhausted. Turning this mind inward and experiencing that holistic oneness and being satisfied, this is what I could achieve, this is what this is possible. I don't need everything. It is like, for example, if you have a husband who is a very intelligent guy, who loves you and who earns well and who takes care of you, and he doesn't have a six pack, he has a pot belly. Being satisfied with it is very important. If you run for a six pack, that six pack guy doesn't earn money. 24/7 he's in the gym and making six packs. Maintaining his six packs takes 6 hours a day, or at least 3 hours a day. So to maintain his six packs. Now what happens is, for a girl it is so wrong to leave a loving, caring, understanding, rich husband for a six packs guy, because six packs guy doesn't have all these qualities. And if you just want one, you will leave so many. Understand, life is a trade-off. You get one, you will leave 10. You get one, you will have to leave 10. You cannot get everything. Everybody cannot get everything. A girl, a film heroine, marries a film hero, and now that fellow has a six packs. The heroine works 3 hours a day in gym, the hero works 3 hours a day in a gym, and that works for them. That is also romance for them, because you understand, competing between husband and wife, both will try to maintain their figure, because maintaining their body, beauty, figure and all this is very important in film industry. Now that works for them. Am I clear with you? If you are a software engineer as a girl, then a six pack guy seems good, but then doesn't suit you. So being satisfied with this is what is possible to this aptitude, and this way I am. But I am not limited by the manifestation that I have done in this life. This mind is invariably infinite. When you experience, you feel a fulfillment, and in that fulfillment when you live, that is called as, because what is the greatest purpose? Nothing outwardly, everything inwardly. because until otherwise you feel fulfilled within you. Whatever you achieve is useless. So the greatest purpose can only be your personal fulfillment. Your ability to train your mind into being satisfied with what you have, while of course manifesting more, but still be satisfied and come and be fulfilled within you. Nobody these days talks about fulfillment within them. Everybody says purpose in life is to achieve this, that, this. After that also there are 100 problems. A rich guy has a problem how to deal with his enormous wealth. A trillionaire, there are no trillionaires, right? If at all you become 100 billion kind of a guy, 100 billion is too much money. How to handle that money is an issue, because you have done something to get there. Now you have to manage that while managing this money. So for a rich guy, the main problem is how to handle the money and how to be there. And for a poor guy, the problem is how to get there. Nobody is bothered about their own self. Everybody is bothered about their and this. People who are more bothered about their self are fulfilled people.
So, Guruji, when we are fulfilled within ourselves, then desires थोड़ा कम हो जाता है, because अंदर से fulfillment feel हो रहा है. So then what you're doing in the world, in the external world, starts to diminish, isn't it?
No. People who, see, when you are really happy, you dance. Example, I have danced out of ecstasy, they say. You can't be fulfilled. See, there is a negative, this is not fulfillment. I don't want big car, I don't want luxury, I am happy with my small job, this is good for us. Again, that is also colonial mindset. You understand? Colonization mindset. Now people are satisfied with their small. Fulfillment is, that is what I said, while trying to mentally manifest more, while trying to continuously increase the efficiency of the mind, creating an emotional framework within you where you are totally fulfilled, satisfied, I said. So then how can you have a mind which is very active and feel fulfilled and not produce? You produce more. This is your hand, your emotions are your handbrake. Your mind is your accelerator.
Fantastic.
Are you understanding? And your own inner intuitive or power of discernment is your steering. Power of discernment, you have viveka. That's your steering. Your mind is your accelerator and your emotions is your handbrake. Now what is happening is, if you put on these emotions and they go haywire, then your handbrakes are levied in multiple places. So handbrakes are, operate, you lift your handbrake and then your mind races, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Your engine, entire system goes heated up. What happens when you put on your handbrake and then accelerate?
Friction, resistance.
Your engine heats up and it goes for a toss. You have to put your handbrake down and then accelerate, but concentrating on the steering. Very important. And the brake. You do not know how to ask your mind to run in the specific way, accelerate. Fulfillment, that I was ultimate purpose, is when my emotions are absent, the handbrake is continuously down. It's satisfied, emotionally blissful, and then I have an active mind which is continuously increasing its efficiency. The accelerator is racing. I have a consciousness where the power of viveka, I know where to go, where not to go. So this acceleration racing, the car is not going every direction. Are you understanding what I am trying to say? There are things that I don't have. I am very well aware of it. I don't have this in my life. I also have a decent size belly. I don't have six pack. I am happy with it. I think you understand what I am trying to say. Oh, I don't have much hair. I am happy with it. Now somebody says, Guruji, you don't have much hair, your hairline is receding. What's the thing about it? What's so bichare about it? I don't have. Yes, it's a fact. And I am happy with the fact. While I mentally, the mind says, can I do anything about it? No, you can't do anything about it. That's your hereditary. There's no way. Whatever you do, ऐसे ही होगा. ज़्यादा tension. Now the amount of energy invested in trying to protect this hairline, you can invest in somewhere else where you can maximize. Okay, then I'll not invest. I'm happy. Let the mind accelerate. Let the accelerator go in the direction where I need to go. Why waste my time in this? If you have a hereditary, you take care, you don't take care, things go. Am I clear with you? Now, emotionally, I am not having hair proper. What can I do? What will people think about me? This is what emotional handbrakes are. Are you understanding? Unnecessary places, we have so many unnecessary emotional handbrakes. So many things. I don't have that, I don't have this, I could not do this, I felt that insult. I was insulted in my childhood. Yeah, I was struggling for food, That's fantastic. Huh? But I'm very happy. Why? And now I'm not struggling. I've upped my game. Most people are crying their childhood problems. Are you having them now? No, you don't have them. Are you happy about it? No, but I'm unhappy that I had them. You have overcome, the day is over. Emotionally justify yourself. No, you can't justify yourself emotionally. That's called emotional maturity. So when you create that emotional maturity, do sadhana and create a sense of bliss. I was a total fool. Give a nice smile about it. I am a total fool. Happens. Are you understanding? I have 10 crores. I am a beggar before many rich people. It's okay. I am 10 crores and I am seriously looking for less than 10 crore people to show off. That emotional handbrakes are creating a lot of drain so that I don't go into 15 crore, 20 crore, 30 crore progress, mental progress. So being fulfilled, then your activity or presentation or your growth doesn't stop. It explodes into. Are you understanding?
Infiniteness, yes, Guruji.
Will happen. People who are absolutely satisfied and mentally active produce enormous results.
Guruji, you said that we have to be aware of our infinite. So, but it is very hard to hold that awareness. So, how does...
No, it's very hard to paint, it's very hard to sing, it's very hard to software code, it's very hard to even brush your teeth daily. But then you practiced, now it happens. Nothing is hard. Again, that is also your emotional convincing only. It's hard to how long did you train? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 month, and you call that. You have trained crying on your spilt milk problems in life for 30 years. And now in 2 days you want everything. So it's not difficult. First accept that it is not difficult.
It's very simple when we do the meditations, Guruji. It's very simple. It happens, but after the meditation, when you say hold on to this experience,
that also is growing day by day.
It is growing. But when we are not meditating, then how does one hold on to that?
It's like I am not training, but how do I get excellence? I never been to a painting class. I've never tried painting. How do I become excellent painter? So people who are not meditating, how to get there? And you don't play cricket, you can't get professional cricket. How do I get there still? By playing cricket. Is there any other alternative?
No, Guruji.
Thank God. So can you be an ENT doctor and be a software engineer?
No.
You have to study what it is. So that way, what people who are not meditating, that is the reason why Sanatana Dharma said first thing, ability to train your mind is the most important thing, because your mind is your greatest tool.
Or enemy.
It's not an enemy, bichara.
नहीं, अगर उसको नहीं train करो
that is also a Western concept. Western people tell all these bad things to you. Mind is a great friend or a great enemy, they say. No, bichara, mind is the most loyal friend and most loyal, trusted partner. You tell it to stab you, it stabs you. You tell it to create excellence, it creates, it does whatever you want. You are the one who is telling wrong.
Correct.
Your Viveka is not trained properly. Your Viveka, power of discernment, is not trained properly. What to listen, what not to listen. Mind is not at all. Mind is like your dress for you. Now it will be the way you want it to be. Mind is, you understand? Mind is like your umbrella. Mind is like your, it's your tool. You can, you design it and it works that way only. Mind is never an enemy. You tell yourself, I am a fool, 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 I am a fool. Mind will say, okay, you are a fool, okay. Oh, you are a fool. It keeps reminding that you are a fool. Then you will say, mind is an enemy. No, mind is not enemy. I trained it to be. It's not enemy. It's just parroting what I told it. People taught you how to abuse your own mind so that you keep abusing your mind and become slaves to them. Mind is not your enemy. Mind is your greatest and most loyal tool you have in your life. You train it to kill you, it will kill you. You train it to protect you, it will protect you. It's your tool. You have trained it. And you have not trained it consciously. You have allowed other people to train it. Then it's okay. You understand what I am trying to say. You take a person and he listens Facebook posts, YouTube or TikTok or this kind, and continuous social media. Brainwashing happens and they fall into an ecosystem. They start believing that bad things are good for them. Again you take the same person and you put them into a environment and then this is good, why, and you tell them logics. Initially they will have resistance, but then you tell them this logic, prove it scientifically, prove it, and this explain, put them into rigorous training. After 10 years or 5 years, 1 year also, people change. Example, the people, Westerners who have followed their Western psychology or Western mindset, and they had certain experiences of life troubles and all. They had questions, the questions were not answered properly, and then they studied Indian Western science, Indian philosophy, Advaita, Vedanta, all that they studied, and then they changed their way of life. Yes or no? Even Indians, they don't study Indian Sanatana Dharma philosophy, and they listen. Sanatana Dharma means, idiots tell Sanatana Dharma means God, praying to God. And they keep praying to God, and then they do mischief, and then again they do many things mindlessly. Listening to people always takes you off track, because you are making your mind enemy by not making it your
ally.
Yes, you have to make your mind your ally. It's not your enemy. It was there. They say dogs are loyal, no? Mind is 1 trillion times more loyal than dogs.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. Dogs go all the way. And you need to take care of this mind is there to take care of you. You train yourself not to get hit into your reflexes. Martial artists, they train. Even in their sleep also, you go and try to hit them, they know how to block it. A good trained martial artist, in Kalaripa it was the martial arts, you go near them and in their sleep, they are sleeping. So now try to hit them. Suddenly their hand raises and blocks it. In your sleep, how could enter? Somehow subconscious mind is protecting it. Mind is the most loyal thing. It's never an enemy. Western science told you this so that you get scared, train it to be your enemy.
So how does Vinashkal Viprit Buddhi work then?
Vinashkal Viprit Buddhi, yeah. You have to understand one thing. You are in this universe of atoms. We're all atoms to this universe. We're all moving in our own direction. Everybody has their own speed and everybody has their own direction. Now what happens? Imagine a place where 1 million cars are moving in their own specific directions with their own specific speeds.
Chaos.
Then chaos. See, some car will collide with each car.
Yes.
That way, what happens is this Vinashkal is not Viparita Buddhi. All these are addendums of so-called modern and medieval poetics. Now the point is, how do you know that your Vinashakala, and your downfall time, is not your most profound learning time? Are you understanding what I am trying to say? See, they asked, See, Ravana was so very intelligent. Ravana was so very this. Ravana was so very Ravanasur was so very. He was a Brahmagnani.
Yes.
He was a Brahmagnani. Anybody has a doubt? Nobody. Okay. Then then he abducted Jagannatha Lokapavani Sita Devi. Yes. Why did he do that? Vinash Kale Viparit Buddhi? Because it's easy to justify. But Ravana knew Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashap se leke abhi tak I am coming generations after generations. I have to die. I am born when Rama's great grandfather was born, or shayad even more. I come from a very, very long time. Am I clear with you? I have to die so that I get back to my Vaikuntha as Jaya Vijaya. Now Rama has come to kill me, and that guy will not kill me unnecessarily because I am a Brahmagyani.
So I
have to give a lot of motivation to him to kill me. I have to give him whatever it takes. It's not sustainable. Are you understanding? The Ravana Lanka, the way Ravanasura has been behaving, the way I've been doing, it's not sustainable. I have to behave like this because I am born in the Asura Jati. I have to behave the damn way. I am the king. I have, like Rama being the Raghukulottama, he has his own duties. Raghukula, we never raise our hand on women. We never do this. We never don't kill Brahmins. We don't kill those. We don't kill unnecessary, unjust people. And just people we don't kill. Only the unjust will be attacked. They have a rule. Now, and once we give a word, we have to stick by it. Now, this Raghukula has this. So, we stay true to our word. So, father said, go, I have gone. 14 years stay. Even if they say come back, I will not. Staying to the word. Rama has his own problems. I have my own problems. I should die. And I am a Asura. Like Rama followed his tradition of sticking to the word. I am sticking to my Asura Jati. I am the emperor of the Asura. I have to behave a way. I am a Brahmagyani, but I have to behave like Asura only. Why? Because like Rama is Narayana, but he has to behave like Raghukula Vasi only, no? In the same fashion, I am also Brahmagyani, but I have to behave like Asura Jati king. And I am doing all Asura Kam, all Asura things. This is not sustainable. It has to go. I know how to provoke Rama. Okay, I am doing it. This is the correct example, explanation. But what people say is, how did Ravana do this if he was a Brahmagyani? Vinashkale Viprit Buddhi. There is nothing called Vinashakale Viparita Buddhi. It's all in a universe of multiple atoms traveling in multiple directions, but in one single direction. We are all, it appears like a honeybee or a swarm of bees going. Every bee is going in their own direction at their own speed, but all the swarm goes in one direction. In the same fashion, we are all going in one direction. Sometimes we collide. That collide is also for the entire system to move in one direction. There is no Viparita Buddhi. There is only one thing, that infinite intelligence, because of which this mind is able to think and these emotions are able to emote. That intelligence is setting the algorithm, the tone of this life. It has set out of its own existential intelligence. Now, that existential intelligence knows how to run this. Now, how is that existential intelligence doing it? People who consciously try to upgrade. It's a school. It is trying to teach education to all students. People who consciously work hard to learn, get first and get a better campus placement. People who consciously don't try, the school is teaching continuously. That's what is happening.
Guruji, why is it that I try to be good and do good, but still I am not happy? And like, why do bad things happen to good people?
This is one very bad social construct. I try to do all good, then what happens? Bad things happen. And initially, what is the first question? If you ask, you just ask them, what is that?
If I do good and be good, then why do bad things happen? Why am I not happy?
Correct. Unhappy people always attract bad things. First question, if I do good, be good, why am I not happy? Because, why are you not happy? Because you have been good, done good, and now you want the appreciation of you being good, done good. It is like a government office. See, I am a government officer. Now I am telling, see, I have never taken a bribe in my life. Everybody appreciate. Nobody appreciates because you are expected to be like that. Nobody is appreciating. I am not feeling happy. When you are not feeling happy, you are an unhappy person. When you are unhappy, because fundamentally, I have been good, done good. Why am I not unhappy? This same person who has this multi-directional approach is, I have done good, but why bad things happen to good people? Because good people are not focusing on being good. They are focusing on the appreciation and bad things are happening. See, the point is this: a tree which has a lot of sweet mangoes will have the most stones pelted at it.
Beautiful.
Am I clear with you? Now, the tree should make a nice bonding with the farmer and say, Bhai Sahab, create a fence, and you, when you cut mango, harvest your mangoes, harvest it like this. Am I clear with you? And you have to create a nice bond with the farmer. You be a good sweet mango tree on the roadside without a fence, without a farmer, without an owner, without an ecosystem, you get stone pelted. Are you understanding? But if you are with an ecosystem, you create a system for yourself, then the farmer doesn't pelt stones on a sweet mango tree. He very carefully harvests them. First thing. Second, people who have this tripartite thing, been good, done good. If you have been good and done good, and if you are unhappy, you are already a jerk mind. Because you are not happy and proud that you have been good, done good. You are unhappy because somebody has not appreciated you. Then your loyalty is not towards you, it's towards other people. And people who have their loyalty towards other people will always be unhappy only. Or attract bad things. People who are not loyal to their own self will attract bad things, because you are loyal to outside things. Outside things always create bad things only. So or no? You understand what I am trying to say? This attention seeking behavior should go. If you seek attention, high value things will be devalued.
Guruji, in today's time, our kids are being generally bombarded by social media to bring attention to themselves. So shame has become a very big thing. If I don't have this, I feel ashamed. If I don't look like this, I feel ashamed. Generally, that's how things are being pitched to this whole generation. Not only children, even adults. So we are buying into this shame creating, attention seeking kind of mindset. How do we take our kids away from this? Whereas we ourselves are stuck with that attraction.
See, problem well understood is half solved. Now you have understood. How do you take away? You know the answer. What is that generally? See, what are we trying to is convince ourselves into what we know. 90% of our energy goes into convincing what we already know. Now today's world, we are bombarded with this kind of things where attention seeking behavior is forced out of us. So problem is clearly understood. Now what? Don't give in. Now you already know the answer. Now what you are trying to do, 90% of the time you are putting in, no, you want to train yourself into not give in. But I still like that. Not liking, that is the key. Not liking, that is the key. For that is the reason why we need to create, like, a company, they create quality circles, they create, and you understand, all Python programmers sit at one place, all Java programmers sit at all, they work in groups. Family is very important. Attention seeking, no? Why you need attention seeking from everybody? Because in the family, the attention is not properly distributed. We are not respecting and we are not creating a proper dialogue and intellectually churning out ideas in our life. You have asked the question. Today we are bombarded with so many attention seeking behavioral we are forced to behave like that. How to get over it? You know the answer, don't buy into it. You know the answer. But it's not that simple. You're 90% you are trying to convince I should not do such behaviors. But I am still doing because I like it. Because I like that behavior. Somebody said there is a sweet. I like the sweet taste. But I know it is sugar, so I should not eat. But I like the taste. So you are crushed between this two polarities, that I like the sweet taste, but sugar I should not consume because sugar is bad. Now you are crushed in between. Then 90% of all your energy is going into how to avoid this crush. Don't avoid, because this is continuous. Instead, shift your attention. You need a right family where you right attentions are divided. My father in 20, 30, 40 years ago, even 50 years ago, we used to hear this. My father appreciated me. I live for my father's appreciation, my mother's appreciation. You understand? Children used to feel, my father said very good to me. And that is the only appreciation the father gives. Very good. There is a standard for your appreciation. Today what is happening is, you wear a dress, and then how is your dress? Fantastic, fantabulous, excellent, marvelous, whatever adjectives you want to throw. Everybody is now perfect with the Thesaurus dictionary words, and they throw appreciation as if it's peanuts. And we are very feeling happy. Wow, he said fantastic, fantabulous, marvelous, extraordinary, out of the world, whatever adjective. Wow, so good. Wow. Everybody is happy with
superlatives.
The superlatives that are thrown as peanuts. 50 years ago, 40 years ago, families, I was doing practice of singing, painting, or whatever in my skill, in my trade I am practicing. And my mentor or my teacher said, good. He said, good. That felt so good, because he never says good. Are you understanding what I am trying to say? Now, listening a good from the teacher was a high standard. And by the time a teacher says good, you are already a stalwart. Why? Because there is a strong bond between the teacher, and the teacher continuously says, not good, not good, not good, not good, can be better, can be better, can be better, you can do better, you can do better, you can do better, you have to do better, you can do better, I know you are better than this, I know you are. This kind of positive reinforcement and a student bond happens. Today families, they have no bond. Mama, how is my dress? If you don't say fantastic, excellent, marvelous, out of the world, all the superlatives, your daughter will kill you. Are you understanding?
Yes.
These kind of things should go. Family system should come back and say, remember one thing, we seek attention from each other because other person is using Thesaurus, they are just showing off their English language. And today everything starts with like, love, super. How many likes I got? I don't even know. See, a girl takes a selfie and posts it in the Facebook. She gets 2000 likes. At least 9,000 people are ogling at her. She knows. Am I clear with you? But she is still happy. Even the father is happy. And the daughter is happy. Papa, I have taken a selfie and I have posted in the Facebook. I got 2,000, 3,000 minimum likes you get. 3,000 likes. And I am so happy about it. And the father is also happy about it. Beti, you have gone to a holiday with us. You enjoyed, we enjoyed our time. You took a selfie there and posted in the Facebook. 2,000 people are ogling at you. Why as a father should be I happy about it? Why you should be happy about it? You want the whole world to ogle at you? Why? I felt genuinely, didn't you notice because the daughter there is not, when you go to a good spot, father and daughter. In the father's eyes, the daughter is not seeing an honest expression of appreciation and bond, that I am proud that you are my daughter. I am proud that you are mine. And I am proud watching you grow. I am happy. I know you are day by day walking towards your own better self. you are becoming better. There is no proper human connections. Why? Because I am also running towards my own thing. When you go to a father daughter goes to some waterfall, both first thing they do is take out their own phone and take selfies. Why is this? Facebook, or I'm not blaming one company, but then people trained you, but then you tried. Remember one thing, how to get over it is the question, no? Family, true bonds, true appreciation, and true discussion, connect, and deriving pleasure out of pure connect, not deriving pleasure by having people ogle at you.
Guruji, like in today's, so the reason that parents are not able to give enough.
Not just parents, entire family.
Okay, so I'm talking about parents here.
Okay.
So suppose parents are working to build their careers, build the money, build the family finances, and then you know how the work culture is. It's 9 to 9. Sometimes there's no time. Both the parents are working, so the parent doesn't have time for the child.
No.
And it's not like the parent doesn't want to, but the parent is not able to.
Because the parent is not working on emotionally stabilizing himself. You get overwhelmed. See, what happens is, from morning 9 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock, you have meetings of meetings. You talk to people. Most, in a decent paying job these days, you will have at least 4, 5, 6 meetings.
Easy.
By the time you go home, you don't have energy to talk to people now. Correct. Why? Because you are overwhelmed, emotional. Now, you should know a mechanism where you can restart your system and create a sense of tranquility, and then give decent time. Talk. Say, SNA, parents don't have time. You really have time if you know how to manage your emotions.
And manage time also.
Time gets automatically managed if you manage your emotions. See, what happens is, for example, they say, you're a woman, so you might have seen women who can cook the whole family food, dinner or lunch in a very efficient way, very small time. In South India, we eat rice, curry, dal, sambar / rasam, one chutney, curd. So it's 6 items technically. Okay. Now I've seen women who go into the kitchen in 45 minutes, create 7th item breakfast while making all this, and in 45 minutes they complete and come out of the kitchen. I've seen women who go into the kitchen, after 2 hours they are done with curry, dal or rice, 3 items. What have you been doing? And the kitchen is a mess. Why? Because they are not focused, they are not trained. For an untrained emotion and for an untrained mind, small things take long time. For a trained and emotionally set being, for a trained mind and an emotionally set being, big things also take small time. Children don't need 5 hours of your time. 2 hours also they don't want, because they also have lot of things to do. If you have a career to balance, they have an education to balance. They need a proper 15, 30, 40 minutes of proper connect. Proper thought leadership. Problem is you are drained and you don't know how to refill yourself. That is the reason why in supramental sadhanas and in Siddha Sanmarga especially, I have designed 15-minute, 20-minute meditations, guided meditations to people, where morning to evening you are exhausted. By the time you come to home, you are exhausted. Okay, 15 minutes you do something, and after 15 minutes you automatically feel very rejuvenated, fresh. That time, now I have done the major part, rejuvenated you, made you again, recharged you. Now give proper thought leadership. Most people, what they do, Hammaya, now I am feeling better, okay, I will watch Netflix. No. Remember one thing, you have to create a team in your family. ऑफिस में टीम प्लेयर, टीम लीडर बनते रहते हो, घर में भी टीम लीडर बन रहा हूँ क्या, देखो टीम प्लेयर हो रहा है क्या. You can't go to office and as a team lead and do masti. Same thing, you can't. You need to recharge yourself. How, you don't know. Gurus can help you. But after that, you need to give proper time for your team called family. And if you invest, I am promising you this, if you invest a good 10-year time in a team called family, after that you don't have to work hard. Your productivity will be so high. But what happens is, we do not give a lot of investment to our something called family, and we leave it to the ways of life. And these days, these people ask this question, no, this kind of slang these days. What is these days? You don't live for these days, you live for yourself. You don't live for the ways of these days. आजकल की जमाने में ऐसा होता है, इज व्हाट पीपल स्टार्ट. तुम ऐसा, आजकल की जमाना किसने डिसाइड किया? कोई कॉर्पोरेट कंपनी ने. फेसबुक वांट्स एवरीबॉडी टू like the likes they get in the Facebook. Now they designed an ecosystem that way. Now and then these days everybody is addicted to social media. What, you are subscribing to these foreign companies? Why should you? But it still happens. How to get over it? I understand. Now first rejuvenate yourself. I know you are stressed in your office, understandable. Rejuvenate yourself and invest at least 10 years into a proper connect in your own family. Remember one thing, if you have two brothers who you know are absolutely working with synchrony, focus, dedication and trust, bond of connection, oneness is there, two brothers, running one business, will it become really difficult? No. But the problem is the two brothers are not properly synchrony. There is no synchronicity, there is no cooperation, coordination, and there is मैंने बोला, इसने बोला, उसने बोला, मैंने बोला. Why? Because किसका बोलना चलना है, किसका बॉन्ड के ऊपर इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर रहे, थॉट लीडरशिप के ऊपर इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर रहे. See, two business managers, office in a corporate company, two managers cannot come and shout at each other. And for a corporate company, there will be so many divisions, so many work divisions. Now, have you seen one corporate manager shouting and yelling at? Even if they have problems, वो manager सुनता नहीं है, they go to the super head and say वो manager मेरा सुन नहीं रहा है, but to my department needs the cooperation of that department and they are not cooperating with us. Oh, the senior head who is in between these two departments manage. If they don't, then they just cooperate, they just go there. Like that, we need to create a family structure. Because what happens is, remember one thing, we are showing all our loyalty to corporates. Why can't we show the same, at least 50% of that loyalty to our wife, mother, daughter, sister, brother, father? No. Everybody is. It happened, all this family system broken because suddenly we have all come from villages to cities, towns and all that, no? So there was a brief, after 1947, we were given independence, thrown independence in a very harsh and brutal way, with a lot of crime, a lot of
deaths.
So many. So all that changed people's, broken their people's, emotion, their being. So this is a little painful generation where the heads of the family always were more attention seeking. So children became attention seeking, and thanks to other Facebook and other social media stuff, it is helping in some way and it is destroying in a lot bigger way. We are all attention seeking because we were all more insecure. Had we fought for our independence and had we snatched our independence, we would have been a much better nation. We were given independence and in a very brutal way. It is like I always say, it was like we got independence as if the mango was totally eaten, sucked out, and the last the seed is, the gutli is thrown out. Now, and that too in a very brutal way. Partition and so many So much of atrocities happened. So that first initial 5-10 years was not handled in a proper way. So because of that, senior citizens or the dadaji, dadijis of the house, they lost their emotional balance because they saw the big picture and they felt bad about it. And so children slowly didn't understand the bonding ecosystem. And slowly the grandchildren are now are this generation is suffering that lack of bond. And so they are desperately, I don't feel today, to these days, social media is, I don't believe that. Social media has, no media has ever a power to snatch your child from you. That your child originally is seeking love and thought leadership from you. The point is you have lost the ability to think on your, not you, I am saying people. The ability to think. Now, the same example I say, if I want you to be a doctor, the father decides. The girl or the boy, whether they have the aptitude or not, they don't know. I want you to be a doctor because that's my childhood dream. I could not be, so you should be a doctor. And the child is put, and Betty, you should be a doctor. Now the subconsciously, I can get my father's love only if I become doctor. And the child studies, and the child doesn't have that intelligence or the aptitude, and the child struggles, and then finally the father feels dejected. If the child gets medical seat, they will go into, after 5 years they study, and they would want father's appreciation. Now the father immediately says, I am so happy, but then get a great job, or but get then. And when they go to the job, they are not happy with everything. I have to put up with all this unhappiness and struggle in a medical field for that one I am happy expression from my father. Not worth it. Then they devalue the father itself. You understand, in a picture 3 Idiots also you have seen.
Yes.
बच्चा पैदा होते ही, the moment the child is born, ये engineer बनेगा. That culture has come. Why? Because there is no thought leadership. The father and the child, they don't discuss. Okay, you want to be an engineer? Okay, you want to be a doctor? Okay, you want to be a lawyer? What is a lawyer? How it happens? What are the struggles lawyers undergo? Are you ready? Are you doing this? You know, पसंद है सो चीज़, तकलीफ है तो भी करते हैं, लेकिन नापसंद चीज़ को तकलीफ ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं, और तकलीफ बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है, पसंद ही नहीं है सो चीज़ के लिए, तो फ्रस्ट्रेशन किधर दिखा है पता नहीं है, इसीलिए परिवार पे दिखा रहे, और परिवार उसको नहीं समझ रहा है, इसीलिए अगेन तोड़ रहा है. इसके वजह से इकोसिस्टम बीच में फ़ायदा ये सोशल मीडिया हो रहा है या कॉर्पोरेट्स ले रहे. बट रिमेंबर वन थिंग, अगर ज़िंदगी में तरक्की करना है तो परिवार, अपने लिए एक आदमी के साथ एक सही बॉन्ड क्रिएट करना.
So Guruji, in a way, what we are talking here is about generational trauma.
Generational trauma.
है ना? So that generation, it is the generation of our grandparents only, recently.
Grandparents, parents, and now us, and,
Right.
and our grandchildren, and
So-
our children.
So that generational trauma actually broke their trust. It was a breaking of trust in each other as a family. People stabbed each other in the back. Then they had to leave their hometowns, come away. So there was a breaking of trust, and because that eroded a structure, a whole setup in which you were belonging. वो टूट गया, आप आ गए, then you carry that generational trauma, जैसे आपने बोला. And with that insecurity, then they want to create security. So then they say, okay, the only way I can create security is say financially, you know, पहले stable करना है.
नहीं, that is not. You also, that's, money cannot give you security or stability.
Right.
Thought leadership.
So what I'm saying is that generation was, I think, so boggled by loss, a sense of loss, and loss of everything, I guess. So when they came, they wanted to establish stability and security. Our parents picked up on the same. Therefore, that na, if you become a doctor, lawyer, engineer, you will be well settled, right?
And when they are not, they show all that anger onto the previous generation. This generational trauma created short answers. Now, if you want to revive, now if you want you and your child, your family, current family, to grow, start thought leadership, genuine concern, think, question. I want to do this. Why? How? Let's discuss. learn the art of creating a proactive discussion and thought churning. And wow, if I have anything, my mother will not give me a feeling that I know all expression. She genuinely interacts with me and let me bring up my own answers. Maturity. You need to develop that. You need to develop that. But that is financial stability. No, you are finally leading to, okay, so financial stability I am achieving, so this is what I can do. Financial stability will not give, remember one thing, financial stability will lead to even worse situations.
Nice.
It kills the hunger in child. If you have a good car, good, everything good, why do you want to struggle and do, or why do you want to create something better? You want to enjoy. If you feel you have to manifest your, you will do. Thought leadership. When you feel thought leadership, you feel accountable to that person. Only accountability will bring discipline in your children. And only disciplined children progress in life. But if you just say money is there, rest you figure out. It is like giving weapons to a small baby and say you figure out. Accidentally the baby can shoot itself. It's very bad. Money is like weapon. It can be used positively or negatively. Thought leadership creates accountability and discipline in the child. Without you being a thought leader, if you just give financial stability, you have ensured your child goes into a wrong direction, most probably. So you are coming to that, so don't. Today's generation, all parents are trying to feel, if I create financial stability for my child, then it. Thought leadership. Many fathers who or mothers who have given lot of money to their child, after taking the money, the children abandoned them. Children are not helpless, thankless. These days, it become a fashion to blame children not taking care of their parents. Parents have not been a thought leader. What is to be thankful to them, we don't know. Seriously, why should I be thankful to buy? Now, there is a scriptural lecture. Be thankful to your mother. Be thankful to your father. Nobody subscribes to that. You understand? Now, there is a scriptural lecture. Every day wake up before sun. Who is waking up? 80% population is not, right?
More than that.
More than that.
So, Guruji, when you talk about thought leadership in as parents, I think what you're trying to say is that our generation has no longer needs to hold on to any trauma. We are not traumatized. We have had a good life, good education. Our parents are very simple. We've come to this point. So, if we still operate from the same philosophy of the traumatic generation, then we are feeding it. So, you are saying pause, stop, take hold of it and become thought leaders. पर वो हमें आता नहीं है क्योंकि किसी ने हमें नहीं सिखाया. अब आप बोलोगे भी सब कुछ अवेलेबल है, आप कर सकते हो. तो how do you inculcate this thought leadership in yourself? I'm saying A, as an individual, as in a marriage.
Steady practice. Because deep concern.
Guideline क्या है?
Questioning, reasoning, discussion. Thought leaders are not people who know, I know it all people. I'll help you figure out. See, in a company they say, when you have a problem, most people, whom do you go to? You understand? In our olden generation, olden days, very old, they used to say, घर में किसी को भी कुछ भी problem होता था, दादी के पास जाते हैं. Because Dadi used to listen and question lovingly. Dadi, I am feeling this. हाँ क्या बेटा? Yes. Okay. Okay. What else happened? What else happened? What else happened? What else happened? Now what do you think? Now what do you think? Now how is it? The wise old grandmother used to be the central pillar. Now these days, mothers or fathers, we are not, as you said, the traumatized generation. So partition over, this happened, initial colony, now we are in a decolonizing phase. Now we need to take a break and take a thought leadership and now listen to our child. Stop advising. And everybody knows how to wake up early. Everybody knows. Now respect mother, respect father, respect this. Now we follow me. I will tell you to do this. Before you tell your child to do something, you don't say the why. We blame the younger generation that these days children don't take care of their parents. They are not thankful enough. They are this. We blame. But the truth is, they don't find any thought leader in us. That emotional connect. If I have a problem, if I share it with my mother, she will share her gyan but not be empathetic towards me. And she will not make me think in a straight line. I am thinking all episode. Now if I go to her, I will think more episode because she will add her emotions into me. Okay. If she is a stable bedrock and mama, I am feeling this, and if she allows me to talk, I felt better talking to you. Now I understood what I am doing. Thank you. You didn't do anything, but then they say, thank you. Thought leader is not somebody where I know all. Children these days don't know or don't have that anchor in their parents. They were busy building their life. They threw money at them because they felt, you are my child, I have to pay your school fees, I have to do this. Now you are doing your duties. Now you did, and now you did a bad job because now I am still confused. Why should I be thankful to you? Nahi. In the scripture books it is written, you have to be thankful to the parents. You have to take care of your old parents. Old parents you take care of naturally. If they have invested their time, energy and thought leadership into you. The only two ways of taming an animal is out of fear or out of love. You take a lion, you take an elephant, you can slowly fear and then create love on the basis of it. You understand? Circus lions are also made like that. First they are scared, after that love. In the same fashion, the two ways. Now you can tame your child, maa baap, and then the child is not an achiever and the child rotates around the parent circle, their jaidat, their money, their ancestry there, and these children will take care of the parents because of the ancestry money. पापा मम्मी जाएंगे तो ही घर आएगा, इसीलिए पापा मम्मी के ख्याल रखेंगे. Or people who can do something on their own and they are also not happy, they are not trained and they don't find a thought leadership. So I don't need anything from you now. What you did in your childhood is a duty. Why should I be thankful for it? Are you understanding? And you didn't give me a thought leadership. So this generation is not to be blamed, I feel. This generation is actually the most, or it is suffering. Everybody wants a thought leader and a empathetic bond person. I told you, na, you will not, if I say this scenario, a father and a daughter went to a waterfall or some good place. Immediately both of them took out their phones and started taking selfies for Instagram. If I say this, at least 98% don't feel anything weird about it. Father and daughter went to some other good place for each other, for a bond. Now they are thinking Instagram, Facebook, something else. Now this daughter will grow up. What is the thankfulness she should have for the father? Nothing. I was distracted, you helped me to keep distracted. You didn't pull me into that ecosystem of, bond, friendship, daughter-father relationship. Mother-son example. Huh? So when you create that oneness, in my life, I was always distracted and doing this and that, but my father has always been my cornerstone. And because of it, I am able to take right decisions and now I am better off, well off because of my father. Naturally that thankfulness, gratitude comes. Naturally it will come. But we are forcing it or trying to pressurize them or trying to give them gyan. No, in scriptures it is said that you should take care of parents, so you take care of me. And I come to you and I will tell my old gyan on you. Parents try to, backsteer or you understand, backseat driving for their children after they, all this happen, no? So that also happens. Now children say, I am barely, by all the difficulty, I am driving my own car by difficulty. Now why do I want a backseat driver? छोड़ो यार.
उतार दो इनको गाड़ी से.
उतार दो, अच्छा है. I don't blame the today's generation, and I don't feel that one generation should decouple totally so that these bad mistakes don't continue to happen. One generation should be totally skipped of transferring this weight, and one generation should be trained to be thought leaders. See, like China, creating manufacturing is not the way, polluting your country and working for something else. Because you manufacture for 20 years and create $3-4 trillion, US can print $15-20 trillion in just a span of small time. So it's not the way. What is the way for perfect abundance and happiness and progress of this country is individual thought leadership, bond, and how productivity can be enhanced. You understand? There is a brother and sister, or two brothers or two sisters, whatever it is. I know I and my sister are the best bond. These days, every startup founder wants a co-founder with complementing skills. I am able to bond with my co-founder. Why am I not? My sister is my co-founder. And if she and I thought leadership apply, and then she develops a contradicting and other skills, you don't connect with her. She doesn't connect with you. I am learning this, she is learning this. But then we create trust, bond. I think you understand what I am trying to say. Now I keep joking this. Imagine a father who is loved well and respected and cared for, and he is a thought leader of the family. A mother who is fully loving. Now this is example only. Example. The mother is fully loving and is a fountain of love for the family.
Sounds like a Suraj Bharjatiya film.
Example, they have 4 sons. Am I clear with you? They have 4 sons. One is a politician, one is a bureaucrat, one is an IPS officer, and one is an advocate. What would be the productivity of the family? And all of them are in bond. None of them connect with each other except for the mother and father. This politician brother has no skill set similar to the IPS one. Am I clear with you? But then they connect to the family ethos.
Right.
What we are missing today, example, if that is the Suraj whatever movie director, ideal family, and we all are looking for ideal co-founder. There is no co-founder, so we are stressed a lot. Now what if I am not able to, because the stress of knowing that I have to be continuously at it or else things will derail. Today I am going to office and earning money. Tomorrow, by some reason, if I don't go to the office, then I will not be able to earn money. That is one of the biggest stress in our life. But then what if I know that there is a behan, or there is a bhai, or there is a cousin, whatever. I know they will take care of me. Forever nahi to temporarily they will take care. I have their backing. That's what I keep telling. For a buffalo, how much grass you ate is the strength. For a human being, how many people you have created or you bond with. When two co-founders come together and have a great bond and have great skill sets, a great company is in the making. You need to know how to select your co-founder. Wife and husband also. This generation has to be taught. Your wife and your husband is your co-founder for your life. Your life is your startup. You need productivity. And you need to know how to select your co-founder. Both should not have same tastes. And both should have empathy and respect and thought leadership. These days, the art of discussion is gone. We need to develop that. Then productivity for the next generation will enhance multiple times. See, China has tried the manufacturing model. US has tried the abusing model, according to me. I may be wrong. I am not an economist. But I say US and UK have abused the world. West has abused the world for a very long time, I feel. China, bichara, tried to come up from extreme poverty with extreme manufacturing and but I'm sure both the abuser also realized these days that we should not be abusing this way. I think so. And if not, I can't help, but we have realized that we should not be abused by them. But China also has realized manufacturing for the world and no consumption for us has created problems in our life. There are a lot of men without a possible female partner there, lonely, they are suffering. Now the point is this, we have to understand one thing. We need to create a society where the group or the bond is formed as if there is a co-founder, each partner adding value, though with contradicting strengths, yes or no, and with more complementing in nature, mentality, performance. And we also need to have personal productivity by creating efficient self-management systems. Then what happens? Every person will bring out excellence in them. And then you can have happiness, you can have productivity, you can have growth, you can have all the things you want.
You know, the feeling that I get when you say this is that it's almost like a revival of a system that has gotten lost.
That is what it will happen.
You know,
say history always
and
repeats.
it brings a lot of hope. It's beautiful. I mean, if that can recur,
that will happen. That should happen, and that will happen, provided we continue to invest and not carry the baggage of older generation on the new generation. And new generation also understands the responsibility. This is not the way. See, my father struggled in a job, I am also struggling. This is not the way. How? Is there a better way? They should explore and create a thought leadership. Having great friendships in an office and having bad friendship in the family is not at all a sustainable model.
Thank you, Guruji, for a very hopeful conclusion to this podcast. And I hope जो आप कह रहे हो कि वो होगा कि revival of the family system and structures. Thank you so much.
God bless you.